If you haven't done any follow-up yet from the event that we did on Thursday, if you haven't done that or haven't thought about it, this would be a brilliant time to just reach out and ask if they had any questions, or perhaps tell them, make sure they've watched a certain video that you wanted them to watch, whatever pops in your mind. I feel like that's probably a good thing to be doing right now if you need to do that. And without further ado, I'm going to skip us over to listen to Genevieve and Alita. I can't seem to get her new name. Langford. There we go. Okay, I'm going to try to make sure we're not covering up the words. The script over here. Can you guys see the script? Becky, can you see the script? Okay.
I can't wait for them to
Yes,
be back in the country.
because I learned to minimize mine.
Family back and be like, we gotta go travel. So who knows when.
Tell a sister. I know. I'm ready to go back too.
So welcome everyone. We were able to grab 3 extra minutes while people were getting on. We are so thankful that you are all here for Motivation Monday. And can I tell you, we have such a great speaker on today. She's not only a beautiful woman with a beautiful voice, but she is a diamond ambassador, an amazing leader. Like, everyone wants to be her. I'm just saying, I do so much be her. So, I don't things, but you know, like the nice people always get me. I'm like, oh, I didn't stand in that line. I didn't see the nice line. So whenever there are really nice people at, I'm like, oh, maybe maybe sometime, you know, like people go, oh, she's nice. Alita. We're so thankful that you're all here. This is a call that we do every single Monday to help you get what you need to run your business. And Alita is a new diamond ambassador, but not new to Plexus by any way, shape, or form. And the way that you can be in touch with all of the training, super, super simple. Take your phone out. You might be using it. Do this later if you're using your phone now. But just text the words, train me, to Plexus. And in case you don't know what numbers coincide with those letters, it's 753-987. 753-987, and then just go, train me. Boop. And then what'll happen is every time we have a call, you're gonna get a reminder. And every time, it does work in Canada now. It's supposed to work in Canada now, Diane, just FYI. So if it is not working for you, you need to let us know, but it does work in Canada now. And the beauty of this is that you will get a recording of every call. So even if you can't make it, you get a recording. And who doesn't want a recording right on their phone? You will want a recording of this call, and you will get that. You can also get recordings in Canada, look, I'm reading, in the calendar. It does work in Canada, you guys. If it's not working, please just verify. If you did not get a text today, try again. Try again, and then email a girl. Because listen, this is the bane of my existence, Alita. We're gonna spend all hour just on getting this done. Okay, so make sure you're in the know, because we want you to be in the know. We also want you to know that next month we are gonna have a training express on Saturday. So make sure that you mock your calendars. Mock your calendars, because on September 12th, which is a Saturday, we're going to have all kinds of good training, and we will have more details, but it starts with you marking your calendar. Now, as you all know, we announced the new triplex marketing material, packaging, all the things that everybody's been asking for. And what we want to ensure is that you guys know how to leverage that thing. I want you to type in the chat, leverage that thing, because this is the thing that should be making a difference in your business, but you have to know how to leverage the thing, okay? And so we want to ensure that you know how to, yes, leverage the thing. So we brought on the queen of all things triplex, Alita. And so Alita, we broke down the slides here because I think that people don't really believe the Diamond Ambassador start. So I was like, let's print out these before and after slides so that they get a good look at what people's lives were before Plexus. And so I'm gonna just turn this call over to you, my friend, and then I may or may not be back afterwards. So
Are you sure you want to just turn it over to me? Are you sure about this?
I do. I'm pretty confident.
First of all, I want to put you in my pocket or have you on my phone at all times. Just introduce me into the room, especially to my family. I feel like my kids will have so much more respect for me when you're saying all these nice things about me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the woman cooking your dinner, folding your laundry with a heart of who knows what, so big. Put your hands together for your mom, your wife, Alita. Take it away, Alita.
You should be a DJ. I love it. Hello, everybody. I'm so excited. I'm all over the place because I'm trying to find my slide. Okay. So thrilled to be here with you guys tonight because here's the thing that I know. I don't know a ton of stuff and I'm not a product guru, but I love Plexus and I love what it's done for me. So I started Plexus 5 years ago after reluctantly saying yes after 18 months of pursuing me because my sweet and precious friend Jen was like, girl, you would love these supplements. So you'll see here on this picture, yes, that's me sitting there with a container of milk, some cheese, and some butter. So I taught cheese classes. Y'all, like, who teaches cheese classes? I don't even know anyone that teaches cheese classes. I don't know where I had the idea. But I was a homesteader and I loved all things natural, organic, and just really wanted and trusted that what I was putting in my body made a difference. I believed in gut health before I even knew what gut health was. So this mom that you see here was exhausted. I had 4 babies in 5 years, and I was looking for something a little more than just what I was purchasing from the grocery store. So I researched these products and fell in love almost immediately. Gut health is such a hot topic right now, and it's so interesting to me because it's something that I was on a journey for so long and didn't know I needed, but was searching for. And I know so many people are in that same boat. So now here I am in all my glory over here in Tennessee, living my best life, because of these products, but also because of this opportunity. And when Plexus was presented to me, and the reason why I wanted to share on how I built my business with Triplex, is because I built it off trusting that gut health was for the masses, that people needed this. These products were essential, and I knew that it came linked with an opportunity that could change my life like it did my friends. So I started sharing. And quickly into my journey, my husband passed away. I was suddenly widowed with 4 small kids, no life insurance, wondering what am I going to do? But these products helped me through a very trying time. And this opportunity, I will shout from the freaking rooftops. Am I allowed to say that? Probably not. I will shout from the rooftops for as long as I live because of what this has done for me and what it's done for thousands of people that I've had the honor of getting to know through Plexus. So let's get into it. Let's get into the nitty gritty of what we're gonna be talking about. How sharing the Triplex, the simple system, can fuel your business. So that's why I'm here. I don't wanna spend too much time telling you about my journey. I wanna talk to you about how sharing the Triplex can help you in yours. Number 1, this is what we're gonna focus on. Number 1, why Triplex should be the foundation of your business. Why we want it to be anchored in that. Number 2, what is the sharing system? And I've got kind of an OG sharing system, the send, share, invite that I can't wait to share with you that's been around for a while that I'm obsessed with. And then number 3, how to use the sharing system to build your business with Triplex. Why Triplex? I feel like a teacher and I'm loving this so much. It's like fulfilling a whole other dream for me right now. Why Triplex is a simple way to grow your business. It's the simple system of weed, seed, and feed. We're weeding out the bad stuff. We're planting seeds of all the good things we need. And then we're feeding all of that good bacteria and really creating a really well-balanced gut health. And so that's what we want to share with people. Everybody needs these products. Many health goals start to be achieved by balancing gut health. What that means is every single person needs Plexus. Whatever their goals are, it's a great thing to rely on, knowing that the triplex is going to target those health challenges. And then the beautiful branding. Okay, can we just talk about that for a second? How amazing and beautiful this branding is. We get to let the heavy lifting be done by corporate that's allowing us to look more professional, that's giving them a vision, casting a vision of the incredible company that Plexus is. When they get that box, it's like Christmas. They're opening it up and it looks beautiful and it's well packaged and they're getting information. They're not just buying something off of a shelf, a bottle off of a shelf with no story attached, with no product, amazing packaging attached to it, no stories, right? So that's what I love about kind of focusing on how to use Triplex to grow your business, is those three focuses. People are searching for answers. They want to know, how do I feel better? I'm tired of feeling exhausted. Do I always have to stop at the gas station to get energy? So are you posting about gut health on social media? Are you inviting friends to join your health journey? And are you meeting new people by joining interest groups? So what we're talking about here is, are you posting about gut health on your social media? One thing that I really love to do when I first started, and even now, is I loved sharing my journey, taking people along my journey on social media. So something like, I've just started these new products and I'm so excited. And then maybe a picture of me with my paint drain and just putting, love my clean energy. And it's me with a picture of, my kids, and I'm looking kind of crazy, and it's fun to have. Inviting them along on a journey of your health story, where you're starting from, bringing them in and letting them know, hey, I'm just a normal person trying some awesome products, and I want to let you know about them. Are you meeting new people by joining interest groups? Maybe there's something, you've had a health challenge that's very specific that you can join a group about and help others, letting know, hey, I'm on the same boat as you. I would love to help you out. Yes, learning to leverage that thing. Exactly. So your friends are interested, okay? They're like, yes, okay, I saw your post. I'm really interested. They liked your post on gut health. An acquaintance shares they want to shed those extra pounds. A tired mama tells you she struggles to get through the day. Well, now what? What do you say? I hear that all the time. I don't know what to say. So we want to help you out with that. We want you to connect by using this simple system. I shared just a tiny little sentence on it before. I called it the OG because this, before Jean-Pierre put this amazing, gorgeous package around it, this is what I did because I wasn't a product guru, because I was nervous about what to say. I promise you, when people would say, what is Plexus? When I first started, I would freeze up, and I did so much research. I knew so much about it, but I would freeze up, and I'd be like, Plexus is some things, it's health supplements. I don't really know. And I would say crazy things. So when I decided that this was a simple system I could use, it really helped me out. It really helped me to get people on board and follow the movement I was creating. Y'all, triplex, gut health, it's a movement. You're creating a movement. Invite them in to your movement. So how do you use the simple system? You send a video, or you can send a sample, but a triplex video that you love. Find something that resonates with you, that resonates with your, even better, resonates with your potential. What are they asking for? Send them that video. Corporate has a plethora, I've always wanted to use that word, a plethora of Plexus triplex videos that you can share. Just a simple message it to them. And then you want to share a story. a testimony. We'll talk a little bit more in depth about these. And then you want to invite them to an experience. So send, share, and invite. It's a super simple system. And this is kind of like a script of something that you could do to send a message to initially connect with somebody and ask permission. So basically, you don't just go and message somebody a quick triplex video without engaging them first, without checking out what their needs are and if they even have an interest. We want to get their permission. So something like that you could say, and of course I always love for people to take these scripts and put it in their own words, is, hey Rachel, remember when we talked about how you haven't been feeling your best? You have to Google gut health. Gut health is the key. And I found the best products ever to help balance the gut. Do you have a few minutes to watch this super short video? And then they say, sure. So then they're engaging with you and letting you know, hey, this is what I want to do. And sending a voice message to this person is going to help so much. Your voice is so critical in helping to connect people and excite them and let them know, hey, I'm here because I love you. I care about you and I want you to feel your best. And then, so they say, sure, okay? So now they're on board. They're like, okay, I'll hear a little bit about what you got to say. So what do you send? You send your very favorite triplex video. There's lots in the resource library. There's gut health ones, there's triplex, there's ones on just certain slims, but pick the video that you'd like to send and you're gonna shoot that over. And then you're gonna wait 5 minutes, okay? Give or take a minute or two, but 5 minutes. And you're gonna say, what did you think about what you watched? And they're gonna say, I'm intrigued with all of that. It said about gut health. I'd love to know more. And this works, you guys, because I actually just signed up another person today using this system almost word for word, and it's just amazing how it works. So the main thing, the pro tip that I love about this is to let them do the talking and listen to what they have to say. Get curious around what their needs are. Finding that need and filling that is what our job is. That's how we're going to bring value to this. That's how we're going to let people know, hey, you matter. And this is the point too, that when we think about closing the deal or signing them up, that it doesn't end just right here when they sign up. It's about going a little bit further and providing that value to them, that they're able to take this exact conversation that they just had with you and do it again with people that they love, and that they can have people join their team and using their referral link. Then you're going to share a plexus story. This is my favorite part, because we've let somebody else share and talk about the triplex, which is third-party validation, which is huge. Then we get to send a story, something that connects people, something that they can say, I relate to this. I absolutely love this. And where can you find these testimonials? It's right at the bottom of the slide. Is you can go to Plexus Work From Home Facebook group and click on the testimony tag. And here's the other thing. You don't need to just get it from there. You can get it from your upline story, or maybe a team member story. Any story that you hear that you think that potential would relate to is something you want to send. And then you ask them, what did you think about her story? Did it connect with how you've been feeling? And they will say, yes, I'm really interested in learning more about these products, because they've connected to a story. Connecting on the phone. Okay, so sometimes people don't want to connect on the phone, and that's okay. But most of the time, I want you to do your very best to get on the telephone with people. Get on the cell phone. Get on the Zoom, get on the voice recording, get on the something, and talk to them like voice to voice, because that is such a strong way to connect and really get them started off right. So this is what we could say. Great, I'm excited for you to start feeling healthier and happier. I've sure noticed a difference in how I feel with using the simple gut health system. Do you have about 10 to 15 minutes or anytime soon to chat? I'd love to help you get started right away. And then they'll respond with what time works for them. If they say no, okay, so this is a really great method. If they say no to you, if they're like, you know what, no, I'm just not interested yet. I'm still not sure if it's right for me. This is something that you can say. I completely understand your hesitation. Would you be interested in trying a 3-day sample of Plexus products for under $20? It also comes with a $20 coupon to use later. Now, I actually joined off of a sample. I wasn't totally full in yet, and so I joined off of a sample. So samples are very, very helpful in moving that ball forward when they're not sure that they're ready to invest yet the full amount. It's okay. They will join when they try, when they just get a little taste. And I love our challenge boxes, our 3-day challenge boxes, because they represent our company so well. The branding is amazing, and it does the heavy lifting for us. Okay, so in summary, I feel like I talked super, super fast, but y'all, I'm hoping we're hanging here. This is the summary. People are looking for answers, and we have the answers. We have the solutions to people's needs. So we just have to get out there and start sharing. Don't be afraid. You have the tools. You have the tools in our branding. You have the tools in our products that are must need and essential. You have the support of this group right here every Monday night with all the training all the time. It's incredible. You have what you need. Don't be afraid. Triplex provides a simple gut health system, and you can help people get healthy from the inside out.
Bam! And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that, you can be a Diamond Ambassador. So good. So I want to answer a couple questions, but before I do, I want to make sure that you are all clear on what your next steps are. So Alita, go ahead and issue your challenge.
All right. I love a good challenge, girl. So I'm ready to issue one. I love this. Okay, your challenge is to watch the video of the Plexus sharing system. You can find it in your virtual office under Resource Library, Sharing System, and Sharing Made Simple video. It is an amazing video. I've watched it a couple of times. I also really love the girl who's in the video. She's a friend of mine, so I absolutely love it. Go check it out. It's so good, so powerful. Okay, so that's step one. Learn that send share system. Get comfortable with it. It works. It's worked for so long. It worked for me, and I know it's working for everyone else in Plexus too. So get on board with it, learn it, love it, do it. Next thing, send a message to those 3 people and invite to watch a short video. So think of those 3 people that pop into your mind that you're thinking, okay, you've maybe had some conversation around gut health before, or maybe you've seen a post about a health challenge they're having. Go ahead and reach out and try the script out. Try the send, share, invite. Be brave, be courageous, because somebody else's blessing is attached to your boldness, so do the things. And if they say no, invite them to an experience. Invite them to a product experience. And there's tons. You can find those in your virtual office, under Resource Library, Sharing System, step 3, invite.
Excellent. Now, if this wasn't good, I don't know what is. Like, this is so good. Alita, let's answer a couple questions, okay?
I would love to. Let's do it.
We had a great question from someone that said, after I send the video, like, they disappear. They get kidnapped by family. What do you recommend?
I love that. Okay, so otherwise known as ghosting sometimes. So here's what I do. Number 1, I take a big deep breath and I don't take it personally, because A, they're busy and they're not thinking about it like we are. B, they're just thinking about it. It's taking a little longer to process it. And C, maybe they're not interested. So you can still follow up. You sent the video and you can say, hey there, have you had a chance to watch the video? This is when I love to send a voice message to really let them know, hey, I'm not here to harass you, I promise. I'm just checking in on you to see what's going on. So I always just send a voice message and say, hey friend, I know it's been crazy over here. I'm sure it's over there. Have you had a chance to watch that video? And let them let you know where they're at in that process.
Yes. And I want to let you all know, because I get to watch all these things, I want to let you know where people go off the rails, right? So a formula is like a recipe. There are ingredients, quantity, and order. And you will notice that in the training, Alita said she does something before she sends the video. Does anybody know? Can somebody type in there? Did anybody catch what the nuance is? What does she do before she actually sends the video? She engages and she asks permission, but then she says, do you have 5 minutes to check it out right now? I want to make sure you guys pick that up, because it is super important that you tell the person, hey, I'm going to fire this off right now, right to you. Do you have 5 minutes to check it out now? Because the implication is, I'm going to call you back, right? Let's continue the conversation. I'm going to send you a video. So it's not the end of the conversation. She actually lays the groundwork really nicely for why she's sending a video. And tell us again what you say, Alita.
Before I send the video, I'm like, hey, friend, I know we were talking about gut health. I wanted to know, would you be interested in watching a short video? Do you have 5 or 10 minutes to check this out?
Right. And then you don't send it until they go, yeah.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So that's one of the, okay, good. Candy's like, I do all of that. Okay, Candy girl. Don't make me sing, Candy. Don't make both of us sing. You really want to leave it.
Yes, I'm going to be back up singing here in a minute.
You need to just talk to, how many people are we talking to? Like, you are doing all the right things, girl. So try the little thing, like, hey, just checking in. I wanted to see what your thoughts were about the video. Now, sometimes the other thing is, y'all, not enough quantity. So, Alita, is this something you do once in a while?
Okay, this is where I love to just preach it on down. Is my upline asked me for 18 months. I'm pretty sure I watched videos, I answered messages, she built me up. So when I was ready, I'm telling you, I ran with the business when I was eventually ready because of all the seeds planted. So, what is it normally? It's like 6 to 12 touches before people will buy in, and that's okay. So to keep on sharing, I love to keep going back to people. If they're on your heart and they're on your mind, it's for a reason. And you can always keep them on your list to just check back in with. So yeah. Keep on keeping on, people.
Yeah. And can we talk about that for just a minute? The other thing that happens, y'all, is you don't understand the magic of this system here. The people that should be in your 3-day challenges are the ghosts, the people who have been kidnapped by aliens, and the people that haven't made a decision yet. That's the pool of people that you are always inviting, right, to your 3-day challenges. So it's like, hey, I didn't hear back from you. I wanted to, and that's cool, right? Never make people feel bad, right? It's like, hey, I know you're still thinking about plexus. I wanted to invite you to something that can help you while you are still making up your mind. Right? Are you picking up what she's laying down? So every month, Alita, are you doing some sort of 3-day challenge?
Yes, absolutely. We do it with our big team and we plug people in. It is such a key way to get those people who we would call fence sitters, those people who are kind of, I ain't sure, I don't know. Like you said, the ghosts, okay? Those people, we want to get them plugged in to something because that's where they'll see the value. Yes. And that's where we can pour value into them.
And that's where they can hear other people talking about how good the products are. And that's where they get to, like, it's kind of like, there's an old sales technique called the puppy dog approach, which is like, oh, Mrs. Langford, listen, you don't have to buy the dog right now. Why don't you just take it home for a couple days and see what you think about it? Now, who brings the puppy back? Nobody brings the puppy back, right? So the 3-day challenge is like a puppy dog approach. It's like you get to try it for 3 days. You get to taste it. You get to be friends with it. You get to just like get used to it. You get to start taking pictures of yourself with it. And before you know it, you're going to be like using your coupon to get involved. So I really feel,
Yes.
right, people miss that point, Alita. How do you train your team on why this is so important? Like, what do you tell them?
Well, I really believe that my heart behind all of this is super simple. It's that we want to get these products in people's hands. It's gut health for the masses. It's amazing. It's energy. It's all the things that people need. So how can we best do that? The best way to do that is through send, share, and invite. It's through saying, hey, people need to get connected in. We want to share with them. We want to invite them to hear other people's stories. So if that's in a 3-day challenge, they're going to hear so many awesome testimonies, so many different things. They're going to get to taste it, see it, all the things that Genevieve just shared. They're going to get to experience Plexus on just a very small scale so that they want to jump all in. And in my experience too, is that when people kind of get a taste for it first, they're so much more amped up to do the business as well. And that's why we're here on this call right now, is to how do we use this system to build a thriving, strong business. This is duplicatable, which means other people can do it. And when other people join off a 3-day challenge, guess what? Chances are they're going to sign up a whole heck of a lot of people that are also going to do the 3-day challenge. So it's very duplicatable.
Yeah. And can I tell y'all something? How many of you said no the first time? Can we just like, please keep your eye on the chat. For those of you that are brand new, I want you to keep your eye on the chat. How many of you were like, no way, when you were first approached about Plexus? How many of you ghosted people? If you've ghosted somebody, could you write ghosted in the comments? Because I think it's good for people to see that like ghosted means I'm spying. That's what actually ghosted means. So I think we should change that term from ghosted to spying. They're spying.
I love it.
They are spying. They're not gone. They are watching still, right? I blocked the person. I said no for 2 months. Ambassador had thought like, oh, wow, they're not interested. Listen, it's all on your follow-up. Like, can I just give you some quick follow-up? I'm going to give one. I'll let Alita give one. It's so simple. Kathy, girl, I haven't heard from you in a while. I wanted to connect with you and find out what you're thinking about Plexus, right? So simple. So simple. Just connect. Let's connect and think out loud with me so that I can help you through the decision-making process one way or the other, right? I just haven't heard from you. I want to reach back. I'm checking in. You could do a courtesy call. I'm doing a courtesy call, right? Alita, what are your favorite ways to connect, reconnect? I know you said, but
Yes, connect. I always like to say, hey, Elaine, what's up, girl? I just love following you on Facebook. I've loved seeing the kids going back to school. I haven't heard from you in a minute. I would love to get on the phone with you and just catch up with you. And then when I get on the phone with them, it's an easier gateway into talking about Plexus, into checking it out. What's going on? What's happening over there? So that's another way to just get them on the phone and to really hear the objections that they're having and to just start hearing what is their stumbling blocks to getting to Plexus, to getting that order in and placed.
you guys, if you can get them talking, then you'll know what they're thinking. But you've got to simply connect and engage to say, like, let's get together. Tell me what you're thinking. Think out loud with me. And then, oh my gosh, whatever they say, the answer is, I know, right? I've heard that before. It's okay. That's my favorite go-to. What is your favorite go-to when someone says something and offers an objection, Alita?
When somebody offers me an objection,
Yeah.
okay. I don't, like, explain that to me more. I don't know. I miss this.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's say you go like, hey, did you know, let's get you going. You're like, no, I can't. I just, like, they tell you why they can't.
I got you. Okay, I got you. I love the feel, felt, found method. Just the old throwback of, girl, I feel you. I hear what you're saying to me. I totally understand because I felt the same way before. But here's what I've found. And this is where I can come in and say, so let's say price is the objection, okay? If I was to say, Sally, I totally get it, girl. I felt the same way. I was worried about how we would make it up and pay for it and all the things. But here's what I found. I found that my health was ultimately the most important, and the best investment I could make was in my health. So how about instead of going all in, you just start with a 3-day challenge for $20. How does that sound? So I'm providing a solution as well to the need that the objection and the need that they have.
Excellent. Last question. What do you do about the Social Security number objection? Have you ever gotten this Social Security objection?
Yes. Okay. So, and we get that in Canada and US and all the things. Okay. So here's what I love to share is I say, yo, the Social Security, I get it. I know what it feels like, but the reason you have to put that in is because you're about to make some money. You're about to make money on your own products. If you never share with anybody else, you're going to make money back on your own products. So it's for commissions. And it's also there just in case you decide to build a business and you want to just go sky's the limit and earn, and maybe send the income chart to them, letting them know what the potential is. I love the Social Security question because I feel like it's a real in to share the business in a very natural, organic way that lets them know what opportunities there.
There you go, easy peasy. Now, for those of you that are asking people for your Social Security number, that might be a little bit of a problem, right? People aren't always comfortable giving the Social Security number, and technically we really do want them to enroll themselves.
Yes.
So it might be better off going, well, here's what we need to do. Let me walk you through the enrollment process, and I'm going to let you know at a certain point they're going to ask for your Social Security number in case you go crazy and start selling it. And as Alita said, you're already going to earn commission on your own products. So, we're not, like, the law requires it. So, are you picking up what we're laying down? Are you? Was this helpful? Who learned something? Who can go and implement something like that? So I was like, how long did it take you to be confident in saying those things, Alita?
Oh my goodness. Okay, first of all, when I first shared anything Plexus, I had a note card, and I would go like this. So the bowel cleanse is, terrified. Bright red. I'm the kid that was outgoing, but if you called on my name when I was not prepared, I'm red head to toe. So it took me a minute, but here was the thing, is the send, share, invite took all the pressure off of me from having to know all the things. I could send a video, third-party validation, makes me look super smart. And then sharing a story connects them in, lets them know what's possible, and then inviting them to an event. It just literally takes all the pressure off of us to just be this super great person at sharing Plexus.
So good. That's because she's nice. That's good.
Come hang out with me for a week. I don't know if you're saying the same thing.
All right. So how can you learn more? Well, we want you to know next Monday we have another great Motivation Monday call with Brooke Kleberger, and we are going to be covering how to motivate people to stay on subscriptions. Everybody go, I'll get that one. Hello. And we also want to invite each and every one of you, pardon me, to the Plexus New Ambassador Academy. We have units there that cover a lot of this in full. So if you want more help, this is our social training method. And if you can next slide, something else that we already did question, yes, is the wellness webinars are also a fantastic opportunity to connect with people and invite them to the next thing. So make sure you're leveraging those wellness webinars. Tonight's topic is stress-free meal prep. Hello. I'll be getting on that.
I'll be hopping on that for sure.
Let me just get off this call. So, Alita, I'm going to let you have the last word, but not before I tell you how amazing you are, how much we appreciate you and your willingness to sing for us. She does. It's so amazing. Every time you sing, I'm like, what is happening? What is coming out of your mouth? It's so angelic. And
You're the best.
we do all love you so much. Like everybody's gonna be like, we love you. The wellness webinars are on the Facebook brand page. So you just go to the brand page. You go to Facebook and you type in Plexus Worldwide, and they are always there's the link right there. Anybody can watch. But Alita, we're so thankful that you have persisted. We're so thankful that you see in yourself what we have seen for a very long time, that you are a diamond. You're a double diamond, just working your way up the chart. You help so many people, and y'all, she doesn't get paid to do this. She does this because of our One Plexus community and our desire to help each and every one of you get what you want out of Plexus. So Alita, I'm gonna let you go. You wrap it up, say goodbye, and I'll be watching.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Genevieve, you're an inspiration to me. All of you guys showing love in the comments. I'm just so thankful to all of you guys. So I want to end with this. I had no idea all that Plexus was when I first started. I was afraid to run a business. I didn't always have the belief, but I want you to take away, if nothing else, take away this, that you can do this. That I was just a regular mom, just a girl, just trying to make my family healthy. And then I saw an opportunity to change the legacy of my entire family, to change the legacy of my friends' families. I saw an opportunity to dig in my heels and bring gut health to the masses, to touch more lives than I ever had before, simply by sharing products that were working for me. You don't have to say the exact right thing. You just have to show up, you have to try, and you have to apply. I'm a poet and I didn't know it, but you've got to apply what you're learning on these with Genevieve and your amazing trainers and your uplines, and take it and apply it and run with it and run with passion, because the passion of what you're doing is going to wake you up a little bit earlier in the morning to apply these things. That passion is going to call you out at night and say, instead of Netflix, I'm going to message those 3 people that have been on my mind today. I'm going to let them know what the triplex could do for them. So I want you guys to go tonight. I want you to put these challenges into effect, and I want you to build the business of your dreams, knowing that you have every tool, every resource, and all the support in the world to make just that happen. Thanks for hopping on tonight. You guys are amazing. We love you. Have an awesome night.
Okay. I'm looking at the chat real quick. I couldn't see the chat earlier. Are you guys able to hear me? Okay. Does Genevieve have a new name? Does it say so on Facebook? I don't know. If it says so on Facebook, I hadn't heard. Let's see. Yeah, I was gonna say sometime recently, I was thinking about how the fact that Dawn and Greg get people on the phone. I don't know if actually both of you do it. I know Dawn does it. Dawn gets people on the phone, and they have a lot of success doing that. And let's see, leaving voice messages. Yeah, I think that makes a big difference too. It's weird because this business I've messed up in, didn't know I was messing up at the time I was doing these things, but I've messed up. Now I realize I've messed up more than I've gotten things right, but it's all a matter of sticking to it and just continuing to try, in my opinion. I made a post right before this call about, I think I want to read it to you guys, and then I want to elaborate a little bit, because some of the stuff I wanted to say, I didn't really feel it was a good idea to say it to the world, but it would be good for you guys to hear it. I just said, I posted a picture and said, always felt like there was a way to make lazy money. I know that sounds lazy, but hear me out. I'm part of an industry where the playing field is pretty level Anyone who wants to push fear aside and jump right in has the chance to make great money. Another weird part, where talking money is considered pretty taboo in other industries, in mine, it's pretty important to talk about it and tell the truth about it. Explaining that there's a way to make a residual income, and then I just put in parentheses, not by the hour, and also demonstrating that it's possible are both basically part of my job. It feels weird to talk about because that is typically taboo. But in a time on this planet we call home, when everything feels messed up, my own personal income, my family income, and my company have all had tremendous growth. Like tremendous. The health aspects are real. The money back guarantee is real. I clicked something, it went away. Hang on. The only part that people sometimes struggle with is getting over their own ego and deciding that this is worth packing up the ego for. Some people would rather clock a 9-to-5er, and I respect that. But if you're into lazy money and working from wherever you want and time freedom, it's not specifically this industry in and of itself. I've tried other similar, quote, similar companies to no avail, but my company has basically worked the kinks out and it's smooth. There are lots of people that work for my company who make way more money than even Jetty and I do. They work harder at it than we do, and kudos to them. I was just born looking for a simple way to live, a simple life without all the stresses of the daily grind, and I found it. I train other people how to do the same. I'm easy to talk to should you ever want a pressure-free chat. Happy Tuesday, Facebook. Now, I read it because I knew parts of it were in what I had written, but I had so many other things popping into my mind. The very last part there, I was just born, this is something that came to me, it's a truth that came to me when I was writing this. I was born looking for a simple way to live a simple life without all the stresses of the daily grind. When I think about, I'm just sharing my experience. This doesn't have to be anyone else's experience, but when I see other people achieving more than I do in this business, and when I see that, it's not hard for me to be excited for those people and not even like, it doesn't bother me, I guess is what I'm saying, because I could do that too. If I wanted to be making more, if I wanted to be achieving more, winning more prizes, winning more trips, whatever it is that I might be, quote, missing out on. But for me, and the stage in my life that we have been in throughout our Plexus business, it was more important to me to have the time. We went through a little phase there where it was hard to get the balance right. And the part about the ego thing, I think I sort of made this thing up in my mind that every day I would tell myself, this is your only way to make money. I know I did. I know I told myself that. I told myself that all the time, even though it wasn't true. And it wasn't that I was specifically doing that so that I'd be lying to myself. It was really more about the fact that I didn't want to do it another way. I wanted to have a lot of freedom. I'm calling that lazy money, but I wanted to have a lot of freedom in my life, and I wanted to be able to. And I think that a lot of people do, but I also think that there is something that's up against us besides just ego. And I think that it is, it's brainwash to think that we owe 40 hours a week somewhere. I think we're programmed that way from the time that probably from the time we see our parents doing it. But then we get in school, and like everything in school seems to be aimed at growing up and having a job where you can give away 40 hours a week. And some people enjoy that. They enjoy the social aspect of it. And I'm not mocking any way that people do their life. And I'm not making a judgment on any of it. I'm just reaching out, basically extending some of my own thoughts to any of you who do kind of look at it the way that I do, that you'd like to be free from all of that. There is definitely something about deciding you're going to do it this way. And now I'm not talking about if you're wanting to make an extra $1,500 a month or an extra $500 a month or whatever. I don't think you have to make a huge decision in order to have that kind of income coming in. In fact, to be making, you could do an extra $500 a month just having a few customers. So I'm just saying that if you start to build a team, I do believe that there's an aspect of deciding. And I think some of you have decided, and some of you, I'm not talking about you guys specifically, but yeah, you guys specifically, I think some of you have decided this is what I want to do. Right now, I would say that this is the very, very best atmosphere, best environment we've ever had as a company for incredible growth. And thanks for hopping on here with us, Dawn. There's one other thing I wanted to, I know I have gone over things that I did that were huge mistakes, and I'm just going to echo a few of the things that she shared tonight. And feeling like I had to know all the answers was a huge mistake that I made in the beginning, actually studying up and to where I felt like I did know all the answers, so that I was actually giving people way too much information. That was intimidating. Now it might have made them want to take the products because they might have been like, man, this makes sense. This adds up, but it can be very intimidating for people to think that they need to know all that if they want to jump in and use a referral link themselves. Like in that instance, you'd be like, I think I'd rather sell makeup, lady. You know what I mean? Like something that doesn't have to be all medically knowledge, that kind of stuff. So, hang on, there was something else. One other thing that kept crossing my mind today, I'm not going to see you guys until next Tuesday on a Zoom like this, which will actually, if I have it right in my head, will be the 1st, September 1st. Yeah. So you'll end this month out, like this will be our last Zoom of this month. And I wanted to ask this question. This is a rhetorical question, but wanted to ask if you have a goal for the end of this month. Do you have something specific? If you do and want to share it, feel free to share with us. We'd love to cheer you on if you want to share it in the comments. If you're just floating by right now and you think, I think I want to make a goal. I think I want to come up with something, even if it's just to sponsor one new person by the end of the month. And I think probably that's the smartest thing that I do on a regular basis is to make a goal like that for myself. For example, I heard a girl in Plexus when we had been with the company for a while say she goes silver every month. And I was like, what is that? It's terminology. I didn't even understand the terminology. And then once I realized what she meant is she sponsors 3 people every single month. And then she teaches them to duplicate that. And once I realized, I was like, gosh, that's such a seemingly like a simple concept. I didn't have a specific goal. And I actually grabbed onto that and started applying that specific thing to my life. And here's the thing, 3, if you're like shooting for diamond, 3 in a month might be a low number. But the trick is that you're spending enough time with each one of these 3 people that their first month in, they understand the duplication aspect of it and they are sharing with their friends. And you are inviting them to our Beauty Inside and Out group, and they can see the simplicity of, for example, the sharing system. Now, I kind of want to ask if you guys had any questions or thoughts about Anita's talk tonight. Anybody? I will talk on top of you guys until I see if somebody wants to talk or not. But I really the sharing system has been a game changer for me and for training. Like for me personally, it's taken a lot of pressure off of me. I go about it very similarly to what she described. I did think earlier at one point I was off camera, and so I walked into the kitchen and I got some water, and I came back in here, and I wish I had captured a couple of slides while I was listening instead of, like, I wasn't sitting here and I didn't capture a couple of the slides of things that she was saying where she was giving specific words, like giving a breakdown of exactly what she says. And so if anybody did happen to capture the screen when she was talking about what she says when she's leading up to sharing a video, I think that would be a great thing for me to share on my team page. So if anybody has that and wants to send it to me, it'd be great. Another thing too, I just saw a comment that came in a group that I'm in. Someone was basically saying their newest ambassador had turned their subscription off. I have had so many people turn their subscription off, and then often, now it's not always the case, but often when I reach out to them, it's a troubleshooting problem. And so I reach out and ask them, hey, how you doing? Just checking in, see what's going on. And as they're sometimes I guess I should say it like this, as we work through the troubleshooting of it, sometimes they jump right back on and give it another try. And sometimes, I'm not exaggerating when I say sometimes 6 months later, sometimes 3 years later, they'll come back to me and say, hey, I stopped the products back in 2015 or whatever. And I realize now I didn't give it enough of a go. And so I keep a running list of people. I don't continue to follow up with them if it's one time after another of them not responding or responding poorly or negatively or whatever. I don't continue to bug people, but I don't ever write people off, even those people, even the ones that did clearly ignore me or ghost me or whatever she was saying. And also the aspect of the personal and to ask, let me to answer the question, do I say whether or not I know that they turned theirs off or not? Typically, I wouldn't lie to them if they ask me, but typically I just reach out to them. Sometimes the AIM, is that what it's called, will let me know that someone has turned off a subscription, the text messages that come to you, or let me know sometimes it lets me know something else is going on or whatever. And I'll reach out to those people and just say, hey, I'm checking in, want to see how things are going, and let them respond. And then I kind of let them lead the conversation so I know what's going on, because lots of times it's hard to know, especially these days. There's a million reasons why somebody might turn their subscription off right now. So I never know if it's something where they're like, I was having the weirdest heartburn, or I wasn't ready for another, I didn't need anything yet because I didn't use enough of it yet. There are, for every person on this planet, they could come up with a different reason that they did. Everybody's so different so my assumption in the beginning of my business, first of all, I wasn't tracking who did and didn't in the beginning, but had I been doing that, my assumption would have been that it would have been probably a dark assumption. Oh, they probably don't like it. I knew they would think it's too expensive. Whatever. I don't do that at all anymore. I never assume. In fact, my friend that I talk about all the time, have been practicing this thing, and y'all can call us crazy, and y'all wouldn't be the first people to call us that, but we practice this thing where we've been doing this for a few weeks now, and it has been awesome. Spiritual thing, but basically not reacting. Like, for example, you get the text message that says someone's turned off their subscription, or they might be in danger of turning off their subscription, or whatever it says. Instead of assuming anything and instead of knee jerk or going, oh, or anything, we do this thing where we say, it's not real. It's not real. Like, this is a test of the emergency broadcast system, and there's no one sitting to do the emergency broadcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like I feel that there's a spiritual environment right now that is testing our ability to, I don't know, our wherewithal. You know, I've got people. I have a friend that's been a close Facebook friend. We don't know each other. We don't live around each other, but a close Facebook friend of mine for years who has helped me through all kinds of troubling things in regards to mold. And she is going through some stuff in her own life right now. And it's the kind of stuff that I would normally gasp every time I would read a message. I'd be like, oh, that's, you know. And instead I'm doing this thing. I tell myself, okay, it's not real. Don't knee jerk react to what you just read. And these are like things doctors are telling her. Okay. And as I have practiced this, I've had multiple shocking outcomes. Now I'm going to give you one example and I'm going to leave out some details. I might even mutate some of the details so that I don't really tell my friend's exact story. But she got news the other day that someone in her family was about to have some medical things go on, and she did not feel like they needed to. She felt like in another, 6 months ago, she would have reached out to the person or the person making decisions for that person and immediately had a tick, 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 you know better than that, da, 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 da. You know better. You know what happens when you da, 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 da. And she, I actually, in that instance, I guess because it was happening to her instead of me or happening within her family instead of mine, I actually knee jerked when I was with her and I was like, and she did the thing. She was like, it's not real. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot we were doing that. That one seemed very real. And she's like, nope, I'm just going to say it's not real. And she said, and I'm definitely not taking the route that they want me to take. And I was like, what? Like, what are you going to do then? And she made a phone call while I was sitting there, and she's like, so, hey, what's going on with her anyway? And every single response from the person who should be pretty predictable, every single response was not what we would have predicted. Every single bit of it. And she got off the phone and I was like, what was that? Like, what did I just witness? Because this is typically a person who's, these two people typically butt heads, don't see things eye to eye, everything medical, they don't see eye to eye, all these things, right? And the person that they are in charge of helping with, that's basically getting these medical things being spoken over them. And it's the way it's unfolding. It seemed very dramatic when it first happened. Now, this is just one of the most recent ones that happened, but I've even had things happen in the last 2 or 3 weeks where I just say, it's not real. I'm not going to I'm not going to go back to old ways of the way I would normally handle things. And actually, dig into a book that I already know how this is going to turn out if I act that way, or if I respond that way, or if I answer back that way. And I have been coming up with some very creative strategies, and people have been reacting differently. I know some of you have been on calls before where I've talked about hologram stuff like that. And I know that can get out there. It's like, people assuming, like it's almost like mirroring to you what you assume. And I've stopped assuming things about people the most you can. I mean, that's one of the hardest things I've ever done, is to stop assuming. And it really applies to what we're talking about tonight. You assume they can't afford, you assume that they have a troubleshooting problem that can't be overcome. You assume they didn't like the flavor. You assume whatever it is that your fear, and I feel like we kind of manifest what we assume. That's basically the mirroring thing. You manifest what you assume. And so anyway, all that being said, I hope that that was helpful in some way. I'm going to look at these questions really quick. Don's already gone. I hope if he needs any help, he'll reach out to us. That's good. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to answer Shalina's question. She said, how would you do that if it was you getting that medical information? I believe I've possibly been down this road before. When I was deep into plexus, and helping everyone overcome rheumatoid arthritis was one. Like I was researching and helping. And back then you couldn't find any kind of leaky gut information. I was coming across a tidbit here, a tiny nightshade vegetables seem to make it a little bit worse. Gluten seems to be a little bit of a problem. And my mom was feeding her ex-husband at the time, her husband at the time. She was the one doing the most of the cooking. And we were coming up with recipes and ideas and ways to get him well, keep him well. Basically, we wanted to take him from symptom-free to it's no longer in his blood anymore. And I wanted to do that because everyone said it couldn't be done. And we did do it with Plexus, Triplex and Ease, Plexus Triplex and Plexus Ease capsules. And then he wasn't having any more symptoms, and he had a very aggressive form of it. I don't remember what it was called other than it was some form of rheumatoid arthritis. But I did so much research on it that I think my own fear of my fear of dying, I haven't had a fear of dying in a long time, but living like that, like I would read these stories and I would think, nobody wants to live like that. And I believe my fear was so strong, and I believe I was working under an open realm of something. Like I was being guided to one thing after another because I was helping so many people. And it was like God was using me as a vessel. And I believe my fear of it manifested it. I was having trouble with my shoulder, my neck, and this nerve that comes down the back of your arm and right here into your wrist. It was bad. I was crying to myself to sleep. And here I am helping people with RA, people who've had it for a long time get over it. And here I am on the same products that help, and I manifested it. But to answer the question here, what I did in that moment, and it took a lot of courage, was I get the blood work back and take a deep breath. I'm basically looking at paperwork that's the boogie monster to me. I'm like, what? Like, I'm already doing all the things to get rid of this, and I didn't even have it before, so on and so forth. And we come home, and I told Jetty, I was like, I don't believe it's right. And Jetty was telling me, he goes, I don't either. He's like, I don't think you have it. I think that's an inflammation number. I don't think it's like, for example, when they take your, when they draw blood and they give you back and they say, it looks like you have a positive ANA, or you have borderline positive ANA. We don't know which category, like playing Plinko. We're going to drop this little disc down and we're going to see which one it falls into. It's one of these lovely autoimmune disorders that you could that you're going to be winning tonight. And I was like, I just don't want to play Plinko. Like, I don't want to see which one it drops into. And I just immediately started denying it. And I felt like going into denial, honestly. It felt like going, I guess I'm going into denial. I guess I'm going into denial. I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have it. I had supposed proof in front of me that said that I did, but my problems all started going away slowly at that point when I denied that I had it. And I don't have it. I don't even have any signs of it. I quit crying myself to sleep. All these things. It's almost like it was a test. It was almost like it was a test for me to be able to turn around and teach that exact thing. Because I want to tell you, I went through a phase there where I didn't schedule any big conferences where I would stand up and teach and stuff because I felt like a fake. Like, I'm going to stand up and tell you guys how to get rid of this excruciating pain in my back, right? Tell you guys how to get rid of this excruciating pain in the neck, whatever. So that's, for me, when I look at medical information, mine or anyone else's, I've never, the phrase, it's not real, has not always been in my vocabulary in these instances, but it is now. And regardless of that phrase or not, reacting to it that way is how I suggest to everyone. Just like I've told the story before, one time I fell down these stairs, like a full-blown staircase in my house that goes upstairs. I fell down and I feel like I almost literally, like I definitely felt like I busted a vessel of some sort in the back of my hand. I could feel something with my knee, my hip, to the point that I thought, my brain was saying, this is bad. This is a test of the emergency broadcast. This is bad. And it was in that moment, I just stopped it. I was like, this is not real. This is not real. Actually, what I was telling myself that day instead of this is not real was, nope, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not even going to cry. Even though, like, almost you feel like you looked death in the face. It was the weirdest. I'm like, nope, nope. And I felt my pulse normalize. I felt the throbbing in the hand go away. And as that happened, I got more excited because that was the thing I was the most concerned about, was the throbbing in the hand. And then I just sat there calmly and told it had to leave. Can't, like, where it was my knee and my hip, I was like, nope, 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 nope. Took me about 3 or 4 minutes, and then I was able to stand up and, like, literally I was checking all the things. Nothing. It was gone, completely gone. So I do believe that there's a spiritual aspect to almost everything, and I feel like I was supposed to share the whole concept of it's not real with you guys tonight. I have never been handed a huge like major personal diagnosis. That was the closest I ever got. And I don't know exactly how, other than trying this. I think it's smart to try. I think, what can you lose trying a particular, it's just a phrase. It's just a phrase, but it's something that's been working in mine and my good friend's life for a while now. The concept's been working in my life for years. The phrase has been working in my life for a few weeks. So, okay, I'm going to check the comments one more time, and then I'm going to, just give me one sec. Okay, well, nothing new here. Okay, so I encourage you and challenge you tonight. We're going to pray, but we're going to put it in a different video. I got to read what Christina just said. She said she listened to Dr. Caroline Leaf, which is the lady who has all of the books about the power of your brain, the power of your, I can't think of the names of her books right now. Mind over
Switch your brain.
Switch on your brain. Did I say it right?
I think
that's right.
She's a neuroscientist.
Yes. I love listening to her. Let's see. Christia said, listen to Dr. Caroline Leaf the other day, and she said, fearing you have Alzheimer's will increase it 63%. You actually getting it. That's the power of the mind. 63%. So I would say that you could absolutely apply that to anything that if you can feel fear manifesting something in you, you just say, nope, not going to do it. Nope. What is within me is stronger than that. And it's basically gonna, I always think of the concept of displacement, I think is the word. Like, when you drop an egg in a glass of water and the water rises until it would start spilling, I think that's the word. Anyway, what I'm talking about is like when you can move water or you can move something away because there's no room for it anymore. I think of that when I think of high frequency music. I think of high frequency music displacing negative energy. I think of love as displacing hatred and other things that are, fear. Even perfect love casts out fear. I believe it displaces it. I think that's like, you can imagine perfect love cast out fear. You can imagine perfect love moves in and there's no more room for fear. Let's see. So another question that got asked privately was basically, do I think that that you can try this with everything that the doctors have diagnosed someone with over the last several months? And my answer is to that is yes. I think it would definitely be worth a shot. The trickiest part is feeling like you have to stick with what we call reality. It feels like denial, or it also even feels like irresponsibility, depending on how you were raised. You're being irresponsible. You should go to the doctor. You should listen to your doctor. You should. And I'm not giving out medical advice whether someone should or should not listen to their doctor, but I'm saying even a symptom before you go to the doctor, you're like, you have the tiniest symptom or a large symptom or whatever, but the first sign of it can bring the fear, whatever it might be. And then the fear can manifest it. So for example, if you are working and you get a tinge in your back, you're doing something, you stand up, you think, oh my gosh, and then I'm going to quit talking as first person because I think that kind of manifests things too. So, and then a person would say, or a person maybe start fearing that they hurt something or could hurt something or whatever. And then basically your fear could manifest it. Any powerful emotion is a manifester. Any powerful emotion, excitement. I try to visualize myself getting good news. I teach this to my daughter. I say, when she's like gonna go do something, I say, I want you to just visualize yourself with the answer that you're looking for. Visualize yourself. What would you do? What will you do when someone comes in and says, good news, this. Good news, the job you were wanting, there's an opening. Good news, the whatever it is that's going on, good news, that thing you were worried about, it's not happening. So, that's so great. The whole visualization of it. I mean, this is going to be the understatement of my life, but we are so much more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. And therefore, the power that we witness is typically in agreement with the dark side. Like, we don't give ourselves credit for the power that we have. And so we go around agreeing with the enemy's plan for our life. And by doing that, we're manifesting exactly what the enemy would love. It's like partnering by walking around in fear. We don't understand our power. And so therefore, we put our power in the wrong plinko spot. You see what I'm saying? Like, we drop it in the wrong slot. We go into fear instead of faith, or fear instead of love, and fear instead of this is not real. This is not real. I think it's worth a try, especially for the person who asked me that specific question. I think you have a distinct gift for visualization to be able to visualize something different than what it appears. I mean, evidence presenting itself in a certain way. And especially, there's something about going to the doctor, and that evidence tends to hold a greater, over us or whatever. So, greater, you know what I'm trying to say, power over us. And I say, no, it does not have any power over us, and that we can choose to not agree with it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, now everybody hold your horses 1 second. I'm going to end this, but I'm not really actually, I'm just stopping the recording.